Yo, what's happening? I wonder, can anybody hear me? I know what y'all expect. I know what y'all expecting. Y'all wasn't expecting to see the Lochness this morning. Y'all wasn't expecting to see the Lochness. I wasn't expecting to be here. So I'm trying to see if somebody gonna pop in here before I get this thing started. We want to make sure the sound check. We gotta do a sound check. Can somebody go give me a sound check on YouTube? Can I get a sound check on YouTube before I continue? Because I got to sound check myself. There you go. We are good to go. All right. So I know what y'all was thinking. Y'all wouldn't expect to see the Lochness on. Hey, on this Thursday. It's Thursday? Hey, Thursday. Already. Delicious. Showing my face again. Who am I? Who am I? Hey, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Ed Johnson, what's happening? Coming in here giving y'all an impromptu show when nobody was expecting me to be up, and I'm coming in here live, full effect and active. You know what I'm saying? So hey, appreciate you for stopping by. What's happening? What's happening? You get some. You feel me? You feel me? Ed Johnson, what's popping? What's happening? Caswell. Is it Coswell or Caswell? I check. Thank you, Miss Jada Black. What's happening? So today I want to do a quick little show because, like I said, I'm gonna start giving y'all little tidbits of thought processes that I be having in my head that I just want to get off this chest, get off this chest a little bit. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today, and it's not even Tuesday, we still about to talk about it. I guess we're gonna be talking about it on Thursday too. We're still talking about it on Thursday too. Is Raheem Morris the right fit for the Atlanta Falcons organization? Like, do y'all believe? What's up, Nicholas? What's happening? Do y'all believe Raheem Morris is the right fit for the Atlanta Falcons? Like, do we honestly believe that this guy is our guy? Do we feel like, okay, it's loud. The bells are loud. But do we feel like what's happening? Raheem Morris. CJ said, ask me. CJ said, ask me that week 4. I'm asking, like, I'm talking about from last year now. We gotta go off past performance. We can't go on the future of the franchise. We gotta go off past performance because what's happening? What's happening, Mike? If I know what's happening morning. We can't go off of honestly what he done, what we plan on, what he planned on doing. We got to talk about what he's doing, what he did and has done currently. But before we get that, man, hey, go ahead and follow your boy, the Lochness Podcast on YouTube. That's the Lochness Podcast on YouTube. Represent AFN per usual. Doing my ting. You know what I'm talking about? So, hey, if you ain't already followed me, subscribe, hit that notification bell, the thumbs up, and left a message so it can get and share it out. Share the content out so it can get to more people. And the YouTube algorithm can go ahead and pick me up and splash me in everybody's face. You know what I'm saying? Just throw me in everybody's face. You know what I'm talking about? But Caswell said, nah, he's not a head coach material. Why would you say he's not head coach material though? You can't just be he ain't head coach. What would make you come up with that conclusion? Pretty much. Like, what would make you come up with that conclusion that, hey, this man, what's up, Dre Woods? What's happening? Honestly, we haven't had any consistency since Dan Reeves. Shout out to my boy Dan Reeves. R.I.P. man. And I tell you, I didn't, I don't know people who didn't know, but me and Dan Reeves was actually friends. We became cool. I'm gonna put it up here. Like, Dan Reeves' numbers is still in my phone. Me and this man used to talk Falcons all the time. Me and him used to talk about the Falcons. I don't know if you know. I painted of Dan Reeves and got him to sign it. And he took pictures in it to authenticate his signature. And then he passed away a little while after that. So that painting is probably gonna be worth some cheddar cheese. And I got it. And I painted it. And he was like, man, you do good work. And we was talking about Falcons, we were talking about the Super Bowl, and we were talking about a lot of stuff, man. This dude was a cool dude. He was a cool dude. Definitely a people's like a player's coach. He was definitely a player's coach. Oh yeah, for sure, Gats boy or GA Texas boy. Yeah, I'm in here, man. I'm in here doing something different, man. Doing something different, doing something that they like, and doing something that they don't. But we here to talk about. I just felt like let's talk about Raheem, man. Let's talk about Raheem the Dream Morris. Let's talk about, and I thought about this before, where I don't think I don't know if he realized how much he could do for the Atlanta Falcons, just skin tone wise. Good morning, Christine. Well, good morning. I know it's early in the morning. He said, look at Ho's mistakes, or look at those mistakes, holding timeouts. What? You moving? Oh, I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing. I got you. Putting hurt players in the game, no clock management, and he's a liar. What he lie about? What that man lie about? Mike Smith era was the closest thing to consistency. Some people won't even speak your piece. You know what I'm talking about? Speak your piece. Literally. Some people won't even admit, like Mike Smith time. You remember Jim Moore Jr.? That dude left us, man, in the middle of the season. Nicholas Harvey said this, but this draft will tell us about it. Like we talked about it on my last show, and I'm not gonna kid. I kid you not. If we just stayed where we was at and just picked nothing but defensive players, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't even be mad. I thought about it. I was like, you know what we should do? We should go ahead at 15 get the best edge rusher. Like if we ain't coming off Pitts, if we ain't coming off Algier, if you want to get some other picks in other areas, if we're gonna come out Pitts and Algier. And I talked about it in my last show. If we didn't have Kyle Pitts there, I don't believe our offense would be suffering to a point where we were like, oh no, because I think we're headed away from the not Kyle Pitts, but the tight end being a predominant focus on our offense. It's a running, like a passing run, like you know how Kansas City uses they're using their tight end. So people got to watch out for their tight end when they play against Kansas City, which opens up opportunity for other people. We do a little of that, but we're not doing that. They got to watch out for the wide out one. We got to watch out for Drake London. We got to watch out for a Mooney. We got to watch out for a Bijan. They wasn't. You remember when I wouldn't say they're not guarding Kyle Pitts. I just feel like certain things, some people, the writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. When you're not selling your routes, you give up on routes. I ain't getting the ball anyway. That's a recipe for to get you up out of here. I mean, regardless of if Michael Penix is like, oh my God, I want to keep him. That doesn't even matter. That doesn't matter as much as, not keeping him. But understanding that he said, I don't know, Smith had TD holding him back, trying to implement the Patriots way in Atlanta. Yeah. Because that was the winning recipe. You think about it, the Patriots back in the days were consistently winning. So they was just like, what is Bill Belichick doing? Like, what are they doing to try to figure out what we can do. They try to implement. They think it's one way to cut a pizza open. Like it's not even like you can have many different slices. You can slice a pizza in half, 4 ways, 16 slices, 8. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they want to find a winning formula. So that's why they come up with stuff like a defense wins championships. So they'll build on their defense. Then the best defense is an offense. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? It's ways to do stuff. The first time, this is the first time the GM and head coach are on the same page. Okay. Good point. Good point that you're evaluating. I think they have the same vision. And when they sit back and say, what are we trying to do? That's why they came up with the decision with Brady. I mean, with Grady, I said Brady. So with Jared and Grady Jarrett is when they was just like, he's not really giving us numbers, but we're paying him all this money. And then it was like, let's sit down and say, hey, bro, let's reconstruct. And they're like, reconstruct? I've already did an extension. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for them being on the same page, hopefully they understand. Like, hopefully they get it right. Algier, like I said, I don't want them to come off Algier, but they can clearly give Algier to somebody. Everybody can use a good running back. He's a surefire diamond in the rough. Like I said, he was like a late pick that became his rookie season, had 1,000 yards. That because of that alone, that gives him value. So if we want to have at least 7 picks, Algier, we can do a early round and a late round pick for Algier. Some people thinking we even use Kirk Cousins to Tennessee. Kirk Cousins to Tennessee in a first round, second Kirk Cousins to Tennessee, a second round, second round pick on next year, or first round pick. Because y'all gotta understand like this. If we do well this season, our first round pick, it might not be, what is it gonna be next year? It might be like 17, I think. It might be further back. So you got to think about it like now. We can't be like, oh, we need that first round pick next year. We need to be thinking about what can we do this year to get to what we need. You know, and if we got so many people, so many defensive players out there right now, it's like, what we doing? I don't see us not capitalizing, or we should be capitalizing on the defensive side because we have so much on the defense. And like I said, if we went all defensive, we get a cornerback, we get a shutdown corner. I really don't think a shutdown corner would be as beneficial to our team without pass rush. I just feel like the pressure is the most paramount part right now. I don't care what you're talking about. I feel like us being disruptive and getting the counts and the snaps counts, like getting them off the ball, jumping off the ball, and getting them to their timing off is more important than having a definite corner. Because if we don't got pressure, AJ Terrell still be getting burnt. It's still people get burnt. Nobody's out there like Revis in 2009 when he was shutting down everybody. When people would have 3 catches on him. That's it. 3 catches for 21 yards. He had Randy Mouse locked down. I wouldn't say he locked them down, but it was like to a point. Randy Mouse didn't have like no more than 21 yards. And that was like in the Jets defense, they was still getting pressure. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about this. Do you feel like, I have a visitor.
I am here.
What's
Yeah.
happening? Snuck
What's
up in.
happening, bro? What's happening, man?
I'm having a conversation about whether or not Raheem Morris is a good fit or the right fit for the Atlanta Falcons organization.
Ah, okay.
We have had people already in the chat talking about my guys' time management, talking about my guys'
Mm-hmm.
credibility to be honest, talking about my guys' opinionated decisions on leaving injured players in the game. But then I can't really say. I don't think a person would, knowing that this man is hurt. I think that was a money decision. I feel in my heart of hearts is like, bro, we paying you all this money, man. It's like it's kind of hard for me to decide, like to decipher, like you hurt, man. You ain't finna be sitting on the bench getting 100 million, my guy. Can you play through it? Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's just like the head coach is responsible for the health of his players as well. So I can see that, but then I understand too, like having a mindset where you are thinking about the totality of the team rather than just the individual. Because at the end of the day, I would have sat Kirk Cousins down and just let Michael Penix go in. And then when he got healthy, then say, hey, we can move you back in that position unless Michael Penix would have balled out, which I felt like he had the capabilities of balling out because those 3 games we had, like the little sample size we got of Michael Penix was just like it was high hopes. This man he had poison in the pocket.
Well, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
At what point would you have said Kirk Cousins? When you at the immediate sign of him being hurt, or would you have gave him a game or two? When exactly would you have made that decision?
I would have, once I seen that he was hurt the first initial time, I would have sat him. I would have had a conversation with him. I would have sat him down and said, "Hey, bro, because you got to get medically cleared to play these games."
Exactly.
So what was the doctors telling this man? Like what was those conversations like? Hey man, you messed up, man. I can still play. All right, he said he can still play. No. I would have after that first game when he was just throwing interceptions and he just forgot what color his team he was throwing to, he would have been down, bro. He would have been down. I don't know why they waited so many games. And I get it, you invest so much money into people, but if this man ain't good to go, he ain't good to go. Or it could have been they didn't trust. Because they can say, oh, we're sold on Michael Penix, but it was like, oh, we want Michael Penix for the future, but not right now.
Right.
That could have been, Michael Penix might have not been ready to go. So they ain't had no choice but to go with Kirk Cousins. But you don't draft somebody in the first, like you said, you don't draft them in the first round and not be able to use them.
Facts. Okay, so may I?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Because there's so much we don't know. So let's go over. See, this is what I like to do. Let's go for what we do know. Okay.
Okay.
We know that Raheem Morris is on record for saying he did not know Kirk was hurt. We know that. We know Kirk Cousins is on record for saying that he did not say anything about being hurt. Okay. We know that.
Exactly.
We also know that every player has to be, every player that gets hit a certain way, to where it looks like they got they noggin top loosened a little bit, They have to get cleared by medical
Yes, they do.
to continue to play and to play the next game. So we know that he went under an evaluation at some point. Whether it was, we didn't see it during the game because I don't remember seeing him going no tent.
I didn't see him going no tent, my guy.
I didn't see him going no tent, so it had to be after the game at some point during the following week. So we know these things had to occur. These events occurred, and we also know that he had plays where it looked like he was okay, and then all of a sudden, it's like, well, damn, what the fuck just happened?
Mm-hmm.
So when we trying to, like, a lot of people put the blame on Raheem Morris. Listen, everybody got skinny. I do not solely hold one person responsible for the debauchery of damn play from Kirk Cousins. I blame Kirk Cousins first. I blame the medical staff second. I blame Raheem Morris third.
Okay.
But the thing is this. Everybody lies about being hurt. Everybody. Quarterbacks, running backs, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, etc., etc. Everybody lies about being hurt because nobody really wants to not play. If you feel like, man, yeah, it's a ding, I can play with it, you not gonna say nothing.
They say you're injured or you're hurt.
You're injured or you're hurt. If you feel like you're hurt, you ain't gonna say shit. If you're injured, you're forced off the field. Exactly. Those are the differences between injured and hurt. So if you're hurt, you ain't saying shit. If you're injured, of course, you ain't gonna have no choice. It's gonna be forced upon you. So listen, man, I don't take nothing. A lot of people get all up in arms about it, you know. And if we win 2 out of those 4 games, if we can find a way to win 2, because 2 of those games were close games. Right. 2 of them were close. If we find a way to win a couple of those 4 out of a couple of those games, we still probably find our way in the playoffs.
I gave us 10 wins. I thought we would at least got 10, and we was down most.
Yeah, we in the playoffs. We win a couple of them games. So my thing is, everybody lies about being hurt. I'm not finna jump down the man's throat because he lied about being hurt. We just hurt about it because we squandered away a 6-3 record and missed the playoffs. And once again, Tampa Bay, out of all damn teams, wins the South again. So that's why we hurt about it. My thing is, though, Ty, not to get long-winded here, but my thing is this, and I've spoken about this last week. I spoke about this. I'm calling everybody that did not think the Falcons were good enough anyway. If you opened up your mouth to say we wasn't a good enough football team anyway to make the playoffs, or we wasn't that good of a football team anyway, if you opened up your mouth at any point of time to say that, I'm calling you a hypocrite and a liar. Because that's the only reason why you feel all in your damn feelings about Kirk Cousins lying about being hurt, or Raheem Morris not seeing that he was hurt. The only reason why you feel a certain kind of way about that is because you truly did feel like this was a legit 6-3 football team at the time, and that they could be a playoff team.
Yeah. You
just wanted to cover your ass just in case they were sorry and go on record to say they weren't that good anyway.
Yeah,
but I know that ain't the case.
Right. Segue to my guy Blackberry. If you haven't had a Dr. Pepper Blackberry before, this is delicious. It's delicious, guys. Segway. They might have, Dr. Pepper might have to sponsor you, my guy. Go ahead and Blackberry up there, boy. That thing right there, boy. Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, man, what me tell Blackberry, boy? All right, Dr. Pepper, go ahead and sponsor AFN, my guy.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, we need no sponsors.
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I like this comment right here, though. Justin Simmons said on the radio on the third day account that Michael Penix was like, he was the business, bro. He was the truth. Because it was three, like in the draft, there was three different quarterbacks that was top three. In the top three, we got him. He was like it was the other two and him. Jaden, him, and another one. That was it. They didn't like that we got him. That's what the problem was. They didn't like that we got him.
That's it.
That's what it really was.
And can we really? This is the element of it that a lot of people overlooking. Michael Penix is a rookie, so it's not like you finna hand over the reins to a veteran quarterback that got some skin in the game in the league already, and you can trust that he gonna come in and he'll quickly get the jitterbugs out on the first drive, and he'll be a solid, pick up the pieces guy. Right. You don't know that about your rookie quarterback. You like what you see out of him and the potential that he got,
right? But
you take some pause before you make a decision like that to put that rookie in there, especially when we talk about a 6-3 record now. You talking about a 6-3 record?
Yeah, we will.
What if he made that decision to put? If he let's say Raheem do see that Kirk on hanging on by a thread, and he be like, "Hey man, I gotta sit you down. I gotta put the young buck in," and the young buck get in there, and we still go on a 4-game losing streak. Then everybody gonna be jumping down their throat about putting them in there too soon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a what do you do? You lose. You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't type situation.
Right.
I'm not finna jump down this man's throat about that shit. It was his first year. It was his first year as the head coach. It was Kirk Cousins' first year as the first starting quarterback. Everybody, it's so many people got shit to prove on this team in 2024, y'all. The head coach got something to prove. Terrafondo got something to prove because he finally getting to make decisions on his own. You got brand new coordinators. They got something to prove. You got so many people got something to prove, man. But we want to jump down these folks' throats like that in the first year. I'm not going to do that. Am I going to hold them accountable? Fuck yes. You need to do goddamn better. But at the extent that some of the fan base is going, I mean, people really in their goddamn feelings.
Yeah, they want him out of there. They was like, bro, he had one and done. Like, one and done. He can't get three.
Get him out of here. Yeah, I don't want him here now. Get him out of here. Get him out. Get on.
Give him at least three. You might got three. Give him three.
I'm telling you.
Give him three.
You gave Beans from Okeechobee 3.
Facts. They did. They gave him all. Like 3 almost. I mean, and then you think about it like this: we were 7-10 for 3 years in a row, even when we ain't had nobody. But then he came in, we improved one game. Ain't that a win?
Win one more game.
We win one more game.
It's not a big improvement, but it's an improvement.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. If you going out, if you ain't got no money in your pocket, and you find $1 on the ground. Guess what you got? You got you $1 now.
You got you $1 now.
You got more money than you would have before that $1.
One more dollar richer.
Hey, I'm just saying.
What's up with your day, Sean?
What's happening? You, Roseanne Johnson. What's happening? He said 3 years ain't enough time, honestly. Speaking of peace, he said ain't enough time. He said no. Speak on peace said no, bro. No, Blackberry.
He said no.
If the head coach is allowing a hurt player to play, it's on the head coach. Which I'm on
Well,
board. I'm on board with that a little bit too, because like I said, it's the job of the head coach to make sure. And then because when you're in those rooms with, like, I don't know, like I said, I'm pretty sure the doctor said, "Hey man, your arm finna fall off or something." You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You can't keep throwing that thing. Your rotational cup is going bad, bro. You might need to chill it out for a couple of weeks, because the head coach has to be aware of these things. It ain't no way that you a head coach and you don't know the health of your players, because that's one of the things I think they talk about the most is the health of players, because that determines, like, that's why we have an injury report that comes out ahead of the time.
That's right. And he was on the injury. He was on the injury list at first.
I saw that.
He was evaluated, and he was given the okay to go. Same thing with Cool in the beginning of the season. This is my thing right here. Okay, so it's on the head coach. I never said it wasn't on the head coach. What I said was, I'm not finna jump down that damn throat about it. Because if that's the case, you need to go to every team, all 32, all the other 31 teams, and jump down their throats for letting the players play hurt, because they all do it. They all do it. Everybody let players play hurt every single week in the NFL.
Yeah.
If you done talk to somebody that done played in the NFL before, hell, talk to somebody that just done played football. If they got a good, a good amount of time playing football, you go after the first couple weeks, you hurt. You some hurting. Your ass, your elbow, your knees, your ankles.
All right. Huckleberry. Hucklebuck 71. Hucklebuck 71. Said this ain't his.
Well, I'm gonna get a Hucklebuck.
It's his first year as our head coach. It ain't his first year head coaching. You know what you said? Like, yeah. So.
Yeah, I said it's our head coach. Yeah.
Yeah, as our head coach, Mike. Yeah, this is his third bite. He said this is his third bite of the apple. Yeah, but this is his first time in the ATL, which it hit a little different. I'm gonna get to why it hit a little different. That's the whole purpose of me doing this whole is Raheem Morris the right fit?
You're a Hucklebuck. I know it's his first year. It's not his first year as a head coach. I know that Hucklebuck. He spent time in Tampa Bay as a head coach, and he was interim head coach here in the ATL. Yes, sir, Hucklebuck.
I like that. Hucklebuck 71.
Yeah, Hucklebuck now.
82 Monte Carlo. These are Southern names. I'm telling y'all, must be for the South. Salute.
Goddamn.
They said they hit Michael Penix. I think they were sold so much on Kirk Cousins that they paid him what they paid him because he was available. It was like, oh, why not? But then when we went to the draft, we was like, hey, bro.
Yeah, they weren't expecting him to be there.
He wasn't supposed to be there. Get him.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
And
that's why they went to go visit him so late before the draft, because it was like I'm on record for saying this. Terry Fontenot used to watch Jaden Daniels when he was in New Orleans in high school. He kept track of him ever since he was in high school. That was his guy. But the league talks.
They do.
And Washington, I believe Washington got it, let it get through the wire, let it get through the grapevine, that they're not going to move and they're going to pick Jaden Daniels. And once the Falcons got wind of that through the grapevine, it was like, okay, let's go look at this young boy Penix, because now it looked like he might be there. He might be there.
Right.
So they got him when he was there.
Nothing wrong with that. It was just the people didn't want us to get him. They was upset that we got him. They were like, he could go
right.
Away. Why y'all just pay Kirk Cousins? I'm like, bro, we thinking about the friend. That's the organization. We can't solidify our future. That was crazy. That they was upset that you buying 2 pairs of shoes when you just bought one. I might want some other shoes next month or something. I might want.
Yeah.
They get mad that we spending our money and picking our picks on who we picking. That doesn't make any sense.
Which is evidence that proves also that the league don't like Atlanta. The media don't like Atlanta.
They got every narrative they draw up about this team, man. They got every narrative they draw up about this team. I want to talk about this this is what I was going to talk about. Black head coach impacting the fan base. Yeah, I wanted to talk about it. I'm talking about it.
It's a fire starter.
I know. That's why I'm talking about it. That's why I'm talking about it. Because I felt like this in my heart of hearts. Man. In my heart of hearts. I gotta put this out here. Chrissy said this about Blackberry. Y'all got Reverend Lorex this earlier. Reverend Deacon Lorex up here.
Yeah, get ready to pay around that collection plate, evangelist.
Shouty. Yeah. What's happening? So I felt like Raheem Morris is, you think about it, the first black head coach, right? Am I right or wrong?
The first full-time black head coach. Yeah.
We're gonna say black head coach because part-time or half of the time or intern or subbing, it ain't your team. You know what I'm saying? You just
right.
You ain't your team. This is his team. He got his name on it right now.
He got his name on it, yo.
I just feel like, honestly, the relish in that mindset where if we would have at least made it to the playoffs, that would have gave. That's why people are writing this man out so hard, because I'm gonna be real with you. My guy was talking big in the streets when he got here.
Oh yeah,
he was talking big. I got this big staff because everybody finna have jobs and. So I don't.
We gonna get everybody a job. You get a job. You get a job.
He went to the Oprah on him. Look up under your seat.
Everybody got key to a Monte Carlo.
Monte Carlo, that 1996. What? What you talking? You want the SS? Got you. So I really just think he shot himself in the foot with that. He don't understand that, bro. You could have came on here. You got, man, because we always talked about, you got two things working towards you. You a black man that's a head coach in a predominant black area for a team that's ran up by the squad. And then you got to also think about the fact that you also have a black quarterback. I mean, despite Kirk Cousins. You got a black. You got a black quarterback. You're a black head coach. I mean, everybody don't like to make it black and white, but bro, it is what it is at this point. It is what it is.
Right.
It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I said this. I'm on record for saying this. I said if this dude changed this team and make this team do a U-turn and turn this team around, he's gonna be raised so high. But if he fail, he's gonna be dropped so low. Yeah, I feel like he has so many opportunities working towards him. He's a good talker, man. My guy's a good talker. He'll smile, that grin, that little Grinch grin. He'll smile and talk. He'll talk you. He'll talk you out there. But if he failed, and I think they believe getting an extra win on top of getting us out of that 7-10 slump, they did that.
Yep. And we didn't pick in the top 10.
And then
they said we weren't going to be able to do that.
Yep. I just feel like they felt like we was a quarterback away. I honestly feel like we are past rush away. I feel like we are past rush away. For years, we didn't have an issue with quarterback play. For years, with a Matty Ice on him, we was like, oh, Matty Ice is a slump.
Yeah.
But what we did have trailing us is our pass rush that was non-existent. I feel like we are a pass rush away from, because our offense, when it's clicking, it's clicking. It's effortless. They moving down the field like it ain't like, dang, bro, why y'all wasn't doing this all the time? But I feel like our defense couldn't sustain. And then, like you said, when Grady Jarrett went down that one time, they started playing better. I don't know if they were just galvanizing and rallying because he went down. But then again, it could have been like, I get it. It's a business. I get it. It's a business. But like you mentioned before, and the price it takes to win now, you have to be willing to give up pieces off the chessboard.
Yes.
You got to give up bigger pieces to sacrifice those bigger pieces for the totality of the vision. Everybody don't see the vision. Hey, bro, I got a Michael Vick jersey on right now. This is my old school Michael Vick jersey when Reebok was making the jerseys.
Vintage.
Now, when he did what he did, I wasn't like, this team is going under. They ain't gonna never find nobody to replace him. And I think Matt Ryan came at a bad time because they still wanted the experience, and they still
wanted the experience. Yeah, they still wanted the Michael Vick factory.
Even when this dude threw his first pass was a touchdown, it was like, nah, bro. It would have probably looked, the spiral wasn't tight enough. It was like it was something. It was like, even when we was, have you ever seen a fan base get upset how we winning, not that we winning?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, bro, Raheem Morris, if he's in a hot box or in a hot seat or anything right now, it's because of the fan base. Our fan base will drive a narrative. Our fan base. We don't have the typical Cowboys fan base when they love the team regardless of what, and they're delusional about what's going on. We want what we want when we want it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You want the easy bake oven? We don't want to use the conventional oven. We want the easy bake oven. We want it
We want it fast.
We want it fast. We don't want you to develop the team. Our team is already perfect. If you put a black quarterback there, we would have been winning. If you put this person there, we would have been winning. And then for all the people, time out. For all the people that talked about, thank you, Julio. Thank you for everything that you've done for the organization. And then have this man come out and not even give thanks to the organization. Have this man not even mention the organization.
Well, I thanked him.
I would love to thank him if he go ahead. Like I said, if my guy go ahead and sign this for me, I'd be so happy. You signed this for me. I'd be so happy. Thank you. That's all I need him to. Hey, my guy. Somebody said they see him in Douglasville before, buying him some food.
Well, Douglasville on the way to Alabama, so
yeah,
it's possible.
What did it do? Yeah, man, I gotta make that trip. I don't mind going over that way for 45, like a 45-minute trip. I don't mind, because at the other end of that trip, I loved it. But that's neither here nor there. He said, "Is Raheem fired yet? Why would he be fired?
They want him fired. They want Raheem fired.
Michael said, that's how I feel, Mike. We have so many complimentary people.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to touch on.
Yeah, we just need, like I said, man. If I wouldn't even mind if we just sat here and say, hey, man, we finna spend every last one of our pick on our defense. Our defense ain't finna be the problem.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
go ahead.
The one player away thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who started saying that, but I think it's better to say a situation away than to say one player away, because everything. It's a team sport. You got to work as a unit.
Correct.
And even for impact players, you need the right situation to be occurring at the right time.
Correct.
We know that when the Rams got Stafford, that they had a Aaron Donald on the other side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But what else did they do? They went and got that impact player, a complimentary impact player, in Von Miller.
Mm-hmm. On the back end
And
of it. Mm-hmm.
and they also had Jalen Ramsey
Yep.
in the secondary. They made other moves. They made their situation better because okay, so we bringing in Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford probably did him. I'm gonna say he's done the best job at remaining consistent over the longevity of his career at quarterback
Yeah,
outside of Tom Brady.
Yeah, he been in the game for about like 13, 12. Like he been out there. He ain't seen like
Right.
he ain't even dropped out.
He remains consistent in his play. If he has a fall off, it's barely something you really notice, right? So they said this guy's going to be able to keep us in games. We got to be able to keep him in games. We do have an Aaron Donald, yes, but if we make the situation even better by getting more turnovers, that's what their game plan was defensively. Get turnovers. We good at getting off the field on third downs, but if we can turn the ball over and give Matthew Stafford more opportunities, we can find ourselves, in contention easily. And that's exactly what happened. So it's not being a player away. It's about being a situation away.
Right.
And in the situation we need to put ourselves in is being better on third downs defensively, and to continue and to figure out how to generate that pressure up the middle and cause these quarterbacks to make more mistakes so that this dynamic secondary can do their thing even more so. So if we're playing 7+ yards off the ball, but we still getting pressure on the quarterback and we getting turnovers, we're not going to care about that 7 yards off the ball, even though that's a little bit egregious even for me. I think you need to come up a few more yards. But that's what the game plan was to cause turnovers, to impact the game by turning the ball over. We were doing that in the first half of the season, ladies and gentlemen. We were doing that. So 6-3, getting turnovers, game plan changes. You're getting the sacks, but you're giving up a lot of chunk yards now in the air. You're giving up big plays in the air. You have a big fall off with your quarterback falling off a cliff. If we make the situation better defensively with the pressure on the quarterback, that's what we need. The situation to be better.
You know how to make that situation better for Michael Penix. To make that situation better for Michael Penix, so he doesn't have to think, since he's a rookie, so he doesn't have to utilize so much. But he has a good IQ. If y'all don't think this man has an IQ, go look at tape. But the defense wise, that's why I'm so hard up on just spending all of our picks on defense, because I feel like, and you're gonna get some undrafted people that's gonna probably have a chip on their shoulder that you can feel.
Mag is so nasty. That's a nasty one. She nasty. Nasty.
But yeah, I feel like I say, I don't feel like we're one player away. Like I said, and you heard me say it, we are pass pressure, like we're pressure away. We're pressure away. We're that disruption. One one time where we actually get to the quarterback. When we not get, like, we'll get there, we'll get so close. But I feel like one of the things that plagued our team, and I'm gonna say this, and shout out to Roddy White. You remember when they always talked about not giving the Atlanta Falcons their respect, and I remember Roddy White was saying, "Yeah, man, they ain't giving us our respect. They ain't giving us our respect." I feel like we need to get out there and go get our respect. And I feel like we need to get through our defense. Because the one thing that plagued us for a long time was having no pass rush, no pressure, and get to the quarterback. They talk about it all the time. I wouldn't be surprised if Terry Fontenot and them say, "Hey, we got such a good defensive class. Let's go get. We could shoot up with another cornerback, but I think our first pick needs to be the best edge rusher on the board at that position. Our first pick should be the best edge rusher. Like, if you feel like, hey man, we can't get this other person, I'll look at our team and say, hey, can we still run the ball without an Algier? Can we still do this without a Kyle Pitts? Because they felt like they could still get the job done by not having Grady there, and that was probably just a decision, a money making decision that didn't happen.
Hell, Tyler Algier had a handful of games where he only got like 3 or 4 touches the whole game.
I'm telling you, so it's already because it's already like, okay, we it's not making a difference. It's really not making a difference. So if you have something there that somebody else can use a good running back, a number one running back, we can talk it up like, oh man, his rookie year he had 1,000 yards. So at the end of that, they can go ahead and utilize that and to get more picks. But I feel like, honestly, man, we should buckle down on this defense. You can get offensive play because your offense is already pretty much solidified. Your line, you still got the same line. Newsel did his thing. So we still got the same line. You extended Jake Matthews. You still got McGarry a little bit. McGarry, I think this will probably be McGarry last year. We probably switch it up next year. But right now, what you got in front of you, Bergeron and all them, good. Because it take a line a couple of years to really mesh together. So I really feel like I said, them trade pieces, Kirk Cousins, a Kyle Pitts, and an Algier can get you them extra picks to get other positions. But I think them 5 that we got,
and it's gonna save you money. Kyle Pitts and Kirk Cousins gonna give you another $20,000 to play with. Yeah. Not thousand, million. Another $20 million to play with.
Yeah. Shoot. But yeah. So at the end of the day, I feel
another 30-some million. I'm tripping. Another 30-some million to play with.
I'm telling you. So it's almost like, hey man, give us this. We want that. Because you think about it like this. I looked at the last year that Kyle Pitts, he was doing his thing. But when we had Juno Smith looked better than Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, Juno.
Yeah, Juno Smith was doing his numbers, and what he was doing was better than Kyle Pitts. I get it where people are double teaming you and all this stuff like that. But then, like I said, at the end of the day, man, my guy, he was slowing down on some routes, man. He was selling some routes. It was like lackadaisical. I'm just here to do my job. They just want me to block type. I think, like I said, I think we ain't gonna be seeing Pitts, bro. I think he's gonna be a trade. He's gonna be a trade situation during the draft.
Let me say this about Michael Pitts. Before I say this about Michael Pitts, though, let me say this here.
Hey, Michael Penix or Kyle Pitts?
I mean Kyle Pitts. I don't know. I guess because both their last names start with a damn P. But I'm gonna say this about Kyle Pitts. But let me say this first. I know Raheem Moore has been a damn head coach before. I say it's his first year as our head coach. And in his first year, I'm not going about making bad decisions. Hell, they make bad. Some bitches make bad decisions in their first years all the time. All the head coaches. Everybody can't be a Sean McVay and go in and firing on all cylinders. That don't happen often. It takes some of the most head coaches. They got
they got to get their feet wet. You got to let them make those mistakes. I don't listen, man. I'm gonna let y'all have that shit with fucking Raheem Morris. Y'all want to be mad at Raheem Morris and want him gone? That's y'all. But Dan Quinn didn't have such a good first season either. And we went to the Super Bowl with him as head coach. A lot of people think he might be our best head coach since Mike Smith.
Right.
Over Mike Smith. But let me say this about Kyle Pitts. Okay, so all Kyle Pitts got to do is have the mindset catch up with the ability. That's it. That is all. He has all the tools. He has all the intangibles. Let the mindset catch up with the ability. For those that want to ignore that he did take off, or that he did slow up on route sometimes and got caught slipping a couple times, if you want to ignore that, that's fine. If you want to make it seem like the rest of us are just hating, that's fine. At the end of the day, what happened happened. He dropped balls. He fumbled balls into the defender's hands. He slowed down in breaks and got caught slipping when he was targeted a couple times. And that's why Kirk Cousins stopped targeting him as much. He lost trust in his quarterback. That don't excuse the fact that when he's open, he should get the ball. Yes. But you can't make the argument that the open man get the ball, but then laugh and make fun of Ray McCloud for getting the ball. You can't do that. That's called contradiction.
Facts.
You can't contradict your takes. So if Kyle Pitts got all of the damn ability in the world, if the mindset catch up with the ability, he's going to be dangerous. Then he ain't gonna just be no clear out guy. Then he gonna be the guy that's fucking your ass up on the stat chart or sheet. Yeah. That's what he gonna be. He gonna be ripping that ass up. No pause. I meant what I said.
He meant it. He said I meant it. On the field. No did he.
No, I mean, listen, man. If his mindset catch up with his ability, he's going to be dangerous. But I trade that some bitch in a heartbeat if it means I can fortify this defense. I trade the shit out of his ass right now. Because I think this offense going to be dynamic no matter what.
Right.
With or without him. And if I can use him as a bargaining chip to fortify my defense with what I'm sold on is going to be the class of classes on defense coming out in 2025, I sure hell would like to do it.
I don't disagree with that. Just because I'm a defensive guy, and I feel like we got one of the best defensive classes coming out in a long time, and one of our problems have been defense. There's no question. I don't see us lacking anything in offense that we can't get. Even in the later rounds, or even an undrafted person, you know what I'm saying, to fit, because you need multiple undrafted people can fill a need rather than just having one person. Because we already got our dominant pieces. If you look at our offense, we have a dominant wideout. We have a dominant running back. We have a decent line, and then we got a decent quarterback. Okay, so let's move to the defense. You got AJ.
Mm-hmm.
You got a safety in Bates.
Got Jesse.
And so you got rotational pieces at the D line, but you want to have at least somebody, like you said, you want to have one person that's an Aaron Donald. You want to have another person that's a Bobby. Then you want to have another person that's a Ramsey, which is AJ. So it's just certain things that we need to solidify, and then let them go out there. Because like they said, like Fournette said, defensive end by committee. Like if you got so many good defensive ends and you interchanging them, somebody gonna get through, because somebody on the opposite end gonna be tired. And we keep putting fresh legs in there, they gonna be tired. Because them boys are gonna be dogs and they're gonna be ready to get to it. We haven't even seen Rook. When Rook was in there, he was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So we still got Trice. Like I said, we still got people that still had to. They, like you said, we still got people on our team that still got to prove themselves.
Yeah.
Like, we want that easy bake oven, man. We want it right now. We want to put it in for a couple of seconds and pop it out, mushy and all. They don't care. But at the end of the day, man, I just feel like our team, bro. If our pass rush was an issue and the pressure was an issue, I think we should go all in on pressure. That's how I feel about it. Because if you disrupting, if our defense, because like a lot of games, it's always games when we was close, but our defense couldn't hold up. And if our defense was the problem on certain issues and certain times, we'll get down. I feel like red zone too. Red zone on offense. I think that's one of our red zone on offense. Red zone scoring. It's not as much as kicking. Now I was gonna talk about that too, but red zone period, like being on the red zone. So time management and cool not kicking. I'm on the fence with that. Cool not kicking was they let that happen too many times before they were just like, and then wanted to unveil later on that my guy was hurt. I said, why you letting this man kick? Like, that's crazy. This man missed so many kicks in one game. I was just like, bro, they should just let somebody else start kicking at this point.
He had 3 misses, had 2 straight up misses in them, and one on was blocked. In one game.
Block you can't do nothing about. But that had something to do with how he had to place the ball because he had to kick it low. Because he couldn't get his leg up there to make it go up higher.
Right.
And then time management, bro. You can't be a head coach and not be able to manage the time. Even a quarterback is a time manager.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like even the head coach, they had to be on one accord. Maybe, just maybe, Kirk Cousins and Raheem Morris went on the same accord. Some people don't think about that. Maybe they just really wasn't like on the same court. I can play. Maybe he didn't want to tell him. Maybe, like I said, and it came out later on, like Kirk Cousins was still upset. He was like, I was a little upset. I didn't really know what was going on. You know, go ahead and draft on a quarterback when they just paid me. And I'm thinking in my head, like, why are you upset for, bro? You just got paid. You getting paid. That was weird to me. If they hired me and they said, bro, we finna give you a 6-figure salary, and then they be like, hey, and then they bring in Blackberry, they be like, hey, we gonna bring in Blackberry just to be our future, just in case. I wouldn't be like, whoa, what are you doing? I'd be like, okay. Because he still get his bread anyway, right? Mike said, why players lying about being hurt and Rod not pulling them sooner?
Why?
Because he wanted to stay in the game. he wanted to prove himself. He wanted to prove himself.
Who knows why?
That's why I said I don't know if they could have been like, hey man, we just gave you $100 million, bro. You finna go out there. Can you still throw, or we want to do shorter passes? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like,
who knows why? Hell, one thing that never come out is if they got that phone call from upstairs and say, hey, I don't give a fuck what he look like. If that thing ain't coming off the damn bone, put his ass out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much money I'm paying this white boy? Put his ass out there.
Yeah, it could have been, hey, man, get on out there. Get on out there.
You know what I listened to Carrie Hilson on the Breakfast Club yesterday morning.
Mm-hmm.
The singer. And
yeah, she was on the Breakfast Club. I gotta check her out because I ain't seen her in a long time since that.
Yeah, she was on the Breakfast Club. She got an album she coming out with.
Oh, she finally get to do music now? Because a long time.
Yeah,
You wasn't able to do
Yep.
nothing.
She independent now, so she ain't with Polo the Don no more.
I need to hit her up and get her some beats. Get her some beats.
But she said something in that interview when she said about the situation with the Beehive and Beyonce and that song she had she recorded that got leaked before it was supposed to be released, and I guess she was making it was something she didn't write that she recorded for Polo, and it had Beyonce references in there, not directly, but it was references to Beyonce and some other artists, and the Beehive pretty much got the girl canceled because they came out there so hard they made her wanna step away from music for a while. So, but she said something. She said, even though she didn't write it, even though she recorded a separate version of it in her own words, and even though she felt like it was forced upon her to release it by management, Polo and them, I'm gonna say Polo and them.
Mm-hmm.
And the artist and the writer that actually wrote it, she felt like she still needed to protect the writer because she don't think the writer did anything that they weren't asked to do. And she took it on the chin for Timbaland and for Polo for so long because she didn't want to jeopardize her job. So she took it on the chin. And she wanted to protect their reputation. So she took it on the chin. Maybe that's what Raheem Morris is doing. Maybe he had marching orders. He, in his first year as the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, it's quite possible that behind closed doors, management told him, we need you to tote the line this first year because we got plans. If we gonna give Kirk Cousins all this money, he need to play.
Right.
We don't know if that conversation was had or not. You will never know. Maybe somewhere down the line in a buyout, but you will never know, at least now and in the near future and later in the future. You will not know. He taking it on the chin. Everybody want to hate this man so much. Let it go. We in 2025. You done gave him so many haymakers, and he's still your head coach. He's going to be your head coach. You might as well support it the best way you can.
Right.
Why players lying about being hurt? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, as a former player, you lie about being hurt, one, because of adrenaline. Sometimes you don't feel as hurt as you really are. Then second, you lie about being hurt because you want to play. And you feel like you the best option on if you 50%, you feel like your 50% better than your backup 100%. You think you the best option.
Right.
So you lie about being hurt. But if we gonna shun Kirk Cousins and if we gonna shun Raheem Morris, you need to go to every other team in this damn league and shun them they coaches and they players too, because they all lie about being hurt. We just mad because we went on a 4-game losing streak in the process of it. I'm mad about it too, but I'm not finna be like y'all. I'm not finna be pulling out machine guns and machetes ready to take a some bitch up out of here. I'm not finna do that. My bad.
So basically their ego got in the way. That too. When you invest, I'm gonna tell you right now, when there's money involved, man, sometimes your best judgment is really invested in the investment. Like I don't invested this money in you. I can't hear you saying you getting hurt, you weren't hurt when you were picking up that pen, scribbling that name on there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really upset about him lying about being hurt or saving face or any of those things. My mindset is I would have honestly wanted him to let him heal. Give him a couple of games and then bring him back. You know what I'm saying? I would have took that. I
definitely would have did it better than what he did it. I definitely would have. Absolutely. I would have set him after the third loss.
Right.
You get one game because it happens. You get 2 games because of your stock in the game. That third game, you better get that shit right because your ass finna hit the pine.
Yeah, right.
I would have had his ass hit the pine after that third. I would have had his ass hit the pine at halftime because his first half of that goddamn game was shit.
Yeah. They went on too long. They went on too long for. Yeah. And that's why I was kind of confused about, even cool not kicking. Like, and I get it. I'm like, bro, if my guy's hurt, man, anybody that's hurt, like I said, if you hurt, it's different. If you injured, that's a totally different thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's a totally different thing. Yeah.
If you hurt or if you're injured, you know what I'm saying? If you're hurt, then you can still get back up there and get to going. But if you injured, well, we got to take you out. I believe Kirk Cousins was injured. Therefore, he should have been out.
He was injured. He had to have some kind of internal or external bleeding somewhere that indicated something wrong with you, bro. Something wrong with you. I don't know. I mean, listen, man. All I know is this. I know who said the team wasn't good enough anyway. I know who said it. So if you on this pitchfork brigade, if you on this mob, you part of this mob of crucifying Raheem Morris, then I know you really did think that this team was capable of being a contender in the playoffs last year. But you just lied and said they won so you can make it sound like you know what you're talking about when they wasn't good. I'm not crazy. I saw a 6-3 team that looked damn good. I saw a damn good 6-3 football team.
All right. Yeah. I really just felt like they just made the wrong type of decisions for the health of the player. And
hey, Miss Pam.
I really out of them 4 games, just think about it. If we would have won 2 of them 4 by letting this man rest and him coming back and completing the season. You know what I'm saying? Or doing what, it's so much stuff that woulda, coulda, shouldas at the back end. But moving forward, we have a gunslinger teaching another gunslinger how to be a gunslinger.
Mm-hmm.
I said it, and I say this many times. You don't heard me say this. Our team is a passing team that can run.
It's a passing team that can run. It's balanced.
It's balanced. And I just feel like we are pressure away from being that team.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
agreed.
Like on that defense, if we had pressure, it'll make it easier on our cornerbacks. It'll make it easier on our nickel. It'll easier on our safety, our strong, whoever, free safety, whoever it is. It'll make everything easier. And solidifying that middle of that field, because they know that was one of our weak points. So we need to get one of the best covering linebackers that's out there. I mean, Diablo, cool, but we still need more people, and I think it's going to be a rotational piece. So, but you can help that middle of that field by bringing pass rush, like you said, getting them off their blocks, getting them off their count, getting them off they all those things factor in getting pressure, because sometimes you don't have to get there to the quarterback. You just got to provide, like you say, push the pocket forward, push the person into the quarterback so he can move out of the pocket. So he'll probably run into one of his own players or run into a spy or a Mike or something like that. So at the end of the day, I feel like we're a pressure away, because that's one of the things that plagued us for so many years is pressure. Why shouldn't it? Why wouldn't we? What's happening, Lee? 85. But how do you feel about Matt Ryan mentoring Michael Penix?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah, like what you think? Why do you feel about that? What you think is what can come from a Matt Ryan? Mentoring a Michael Penix.
I like that he's going to be being mentored by someone who's carried the weight of a franchise on his shoulders through the bad, through the good and the bad, through the ups and the downs, and never skipped a beat. You never saw Matt Ryan rattled. Poise. That's where he get matted ice from. The poise that he has on and off the field. Michael Penix going to be able to learn a lot from him in that manner. Michael Penix already shows the traits of a poise player, but Matt Ryan, I want people to think back to that Washington game and how before that game, he was in the interview saying that he doesn't make mistakes. Pressure doesn't get to him. It's just another game. Very nonchalant about it, very egotistical about it. And in the beginning of that Washington game, Washington humbled his ass. They got after him. He threw an interception. He was underthrowing guys. He was overthrowing guys. He looked pretty bad in them first few drives.
Right.
Well, the first couple of drives. But once he settled down, he's like, okay. I opened up my big ass mouth and I put my foot in it. Okay. I'm good now. I'm back. The humbling can stop now. Now we can go to fucking their ass up. And that's what they proceeded to do. So he shows the signs of poise, but Matt Ryan is going to show him how to humble himself before he even get to that point. Humble yourself. Have a routine that you don't ever get outside of it during the season. Nothing breaks you from your routine. That's something that keeps you disciplined. Matt Ryan gonna be able to show him that.
They call those, if those don't know, they call those rituals. When you have rituals. But regardless of what you got going on, you're disciplined in your mind that it becomes a ritual. That means no matter what you're doing, you're always going to do that ritual. No matter what day it is. No matter what.
Nothing will get in the way of you doing it. That's what I'm looking forward to him getting from Matt Ryan more so than on the field, because on the field he has everything that you need him to have.
Right.
Right now it's about mindset.
Exactly.
So that's the difference. Mindset is the difference between Michael Vick's and Donovan McNabb's. Mindset is the difference between Ricky Williams's and Devontae Freeman's. Mindset. got the same abilities, but mindset is different.
Right.
John Lynch or better yet, Marcus Vick and a Jalen Hurts. A lot of people thought Marcus Vick had more ability than even Michael Vick.
Yeah.
The younger brother was more talented in a lot of people's eyes, but the mindset wasn't there.
Right.
Jalen Hurts, he ain't looked at as to be a guy that should have been a Super Bowl champion by now. But when he was coming up out of Ohio, when he left Alabama, when he got benched for Tua, everybody just knew, oh, this dude washed. He gonna get to the league, he'll be serviceable for a handful of years, and he out of here. Now look at him. Mindset. So when we get these guys' mindset to catch up with the ability, the Kyle Pitts, Michael Penix, now that when the mindset is there, though, we got the personnel that can be so dangerous, man. We can be so dangerous if we don't do nothing in it. If we don't do nothing and just stay with the 5 picks we got in this draft, as long as we pick the right guys, you can get it. You can do what you need to do and get the mindset right with this football team. It's gonna be a contender.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He got that bounce back gene. Absolutely.
Yeah, because he came back. Cause he was one of the ones that he was humbled too, and then he said, "Hey man, we'll be back," and they came back, and they made sure it was almost like a UConn versus South Carolina. They made sure you finna know we finna win.
Mm-hmm.
The way that thing looked in Kansas City, bro, it made me look at Kansas City like, bro, have y'all been getting all these calls?
Shout out to my UConn Husky girls, by the way, winning another championship.
Oh man, I really wanted South Carolina to do their thing, but they just had too much adversity in the Huskies. They whole year they've been doing. They just never missed a beat. They did exactly what they've been doing.
It's a pedigree of winning, man. When you got a pedigree of winning, it's just gonna manifest in the players. Every new generation of players that go to UConn, they all manifest that winning pedigree that's just over that school. It's just over it. Yeah. You're going to win a champ as long as you don't get yourself in no trouble and you go to UConn and you play for them girls. You're going to win a championship.
Paige Becker. Paige. She got one on the last year.
Got one on the last year. Yep.
Shout out to the UConn though. But hey, Monte Carlo said this really helps us as well in sustaining a winning product in Atlanta. It's situational play calling and coaching has to be top tier.
Absolutely.
I always felt like our coaches we got some of the bottom of the barrels, and sometimes I did feel like, to be honest with you, Raheem was picking his friends to come on down here and high five him when he's down here. Because sometimes when you pick your friends, they'll just blindly agree with you. Sometimes when you pick your buddy, they just gonna blindly agree with you. I ain't even put this in there, but I just thought about it. A lot of the people that Raheem, it was people he probably knew that's gonna blindly agree with him, relishing the opportunity. But as soon as it's time for them to leave, they getting up out of here.
I mean, I would do the same thing. If they're coaching at the level I'm coaching at, and I can look at what they offer and think that it could, if they could bring something to the table, I do the same thing.
That's it. Go ahead.
I mean, it's different when now let's say Jimmy Lake when coaching in the NFL yet he was still in Washington or something. Then I'd be like, huh? What? But I was asking, huh? What? When I heard Jimmy Lake name anyway. But I mean, I would do this. I mean, I do the same thing, man. I don't think I'm not gonna give Raheem Morris a hard time, right? I'm just not gonna do it because it don't make sense to do it.
After this year.
After this year, this is when you got to get your shit together. Because there's no excuses after year one. There's no excuses, especially because history is against you. History has shown that in year two, most coaches get their act together. So if you don't get your act together in year two, hey man, can't nobody defend shit for you no more. Mm-mm. I just know that I'm not gonna be a prisoner of the moment in year one. I'm not gonna jump down his throat. Kirk, we don't lose them 4 games like that if Kirk Cousins ain't throwing the ball to the other team so goddamn much.
I can't, prosecute or eliminate Raheem Morris just because the simple fact of the matter is we improved by 1 game. Because regardless of what you say, and I always ask this question, what's a winning season? Like if we make it to the playoffs, if we get more wins, I asked that last season. So we improved. But even though it was 1 game, we still improved.
It's an improvement.
You gotta take the good and the bad. So the good thing is we still improve. And this other coach had 3 years to do it. In his first year, he got it. Then he brought in some people that he wanted to do, came back again with it, and came back again with it. So it's like, okay, so now if he come back this year and be 8-9 again,
yeah.
Then I'm like, hey, my guy. But now if he come in and be 10,
you on D-Day. You on D-Day then.
You're on the D-Day. You have to decide what you want to do. You want to be here? But I just honestly feel like, honestly, man, we're just pass rush. We're just pass rush away. We just pressure away.
I think you got to get it inside. And yeah. I felt like AK and I felt like Malone when he got his opportunities, and I felt like even Judon at times they were getting home. They just weren't finishing because the quarterback was able to step up in the pocket.
Yeah.
You don't want to be able to do that. You want the collapse to be from the outside and the inside. You want to collapse the pocket on them. That's why I didn't understand the decision to not dress street after the second week.
Yeah, that was weird.
Because that was weird. I was like, why are you not dressing street? He's a pocket mover. He's going to collapse the pocket. I didn't understand that. That's why I say it's not a personnel issue. It's a coaching issue.
A coaching issue. Definitely. Well, just like you, I'm gonna go ahead and take this little tape real quick and say what I gotta say about this. Matt Ryan mentoring Michael Penix. I said this. I don't know if y'all remember. I said this about Ritter. I said, why won't they hire or have Matt Ryan, train up, coach up Ritter?
Right.
But then they ended up doing it for Michael Penix. And when I seen that, I was like, finally, they got it. They making sense now.
Well, I think Matt Ryan did offer to not necessarily mentor, but he offered them hey, let me give you my number. Call me. I think he did do that. I just don't think Ritter ever called. I don't think.
I can do it regardless. They done messed up, coach. I'm gonna just one right now. Then you over here not nowhere. Now dang.
Man, God bless Ritter, man. Ritter, he wasn't hot garbage. He was just not good.
He said that garbage. He was just it didn't taste like garbage. It just wasn't good. That's all
it just wasn't good. He just wasn't good.
He just wasn't good. Shout out to Ritter, man. Come sign my rookie card, Ritter. Come sign my rookie football card. Appreciate you. Maggie Fontenot, what's happening?
We don't want that man training him. What's wrong with you?
You don't want Matt Ryan training Michael?
No, we don't want him.
Really?
We don't want no parts of Matt Ryan, a part of Michael Penix. No. We want Michael Vick to come off his overtime when he's coaching staff and come over here and mentor.
Oh my Lord, Jordana.
I'm not with it. I put my money in the collection plate. You better listen.
That's what they really want. That's what
you gonna have hellfire and brimstone coming down in this damn chat room in a minute. It's gonna be.
That's what they really want. That's what they really want.
Lord, don't let me pound. Oh, what me pound? I hope me pound didn't hear that. Oh my God.
They get Michael Vick to come in here and talk to this man one time, and I swear that all the seats will be sold out.
So
I'm telling you.
What?
Oh, y'all Vick done got his hands on the young boy. It's time to go see these Falcons play now.
They gonna bring out their old starter jackets and everything. Oh, we ready.
Oh yeah.
We ready.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. And that's the funny thing about Matt Ryan is, man, he held us down so long. I can't even remember a time when this man was injured and he didn't start. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
Iron Man,
he never got the love, bro. Never got the love.
If anything, I'm like we talked about last night. What's the problem with it? I mean, maybe not the Super Bowl win, but he damn sure got us there, and he was MVP. And his first career season, he showed the hell out. His first game of the season.
Hey.
I think I would take somebody that has discipline. Matt Ryan ain't never had any kind of controversy. Of course, he was just cookie cutter. You pretty much cut and dry. Is who he was. Yep. None about the nonsense. None of that. He wasn't trying to hang with the Migos and all that. Wear chains and swag surf. He came in, did his job. You get fucking set and get your job done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if anything, why not?
Well, I think it's because of at the time, 50 plus years of failure that this franchise has had attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And because he was our quarterback for so many years, the general fan base that's not going to appreciate everything he brought to the team, that's not going to appreciate him keeping us relevant.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that just want to see that end result, I talk about this all the time. They just want to turn on their TV on Sunday and see the Falcons winning on the scoreboard. Then they want to be able to turn their TV on in February and see the Falcons winning a championship. Those are the general fans. So they need results. I can't blame them, y'all. I really can't. I don't feel the way they feel. I know he the best quarterback we done ever had. He's definitely going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. He's one of the best to do it. I appreciate the hell out of him, but I can't be mad at my auntie who rocked for the Falcons all her life, who remember going to the Fulton County stadium.
Yeah, that's my stepdad.
Fulton County Stadium to see the Falcon play.
That's my stepdad. He look, every year he be like, man, they full of shit. Every year he like, I'm sick of it. I'm like, Dad, they doing something. They doing this. I got this new play, okay? And what?
Yeah, they're doing the same thing they were doing at Fulton County Stadium. That's what they say when they doing the same shit they did back then.
Well, we over here throwing books and burning jersey. My dad be over there like unfazed, basically. He basically like how Knight Rider said the Falcons gonna Falcon. That's how they feel. And you can't convince them otherwise.
You can't convince them otherwise. So I can't blame them. You don't witness this for all these years, and you want results. I can't blame them.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He says,
yeah, we're not promoting that.
yeah, I don't know where that came in. Come on.
What's that?
Somebody trying to get her.
Doesn't matter. It's gone.
Oh my goodness.
Looking for a daddy.
Guess what? You arrived, you getting spam. You doing something if you get spam.
Hey man, I'm in spam. Hey, I'm in there.
You made it.
Yeah, you getting spam. They hold on. They done had y'all. They done had their feet.
The only thing we need to be worried about is our defense. Thank you.
That's what I said. I was like, if we took all of our 5 picks, just made it nothing but defense, I wouldn't be mad. I feel like we are pressure away from actually having a balanced team on each facet of the organization, like offense, defense, and special team. I think our defense has been played with not having any pressure in the middle of the field was open for the taking. I feel like we just solidify those points, so we good to go.
That's a situation.
Yeah, that's the situation, man. I just honestly just looked at like some more games from last year, and it was our defense was right there, fingertips right there, but they didn't complete the. But sometimes, like I said, you don't have to get there if you could just provide pressure. So
right,
I feel like
get that quarterback to make a mistake.
Get them to make a mistake.
The problem is in the league today in the NFL, every position has evolved. It used to be a handful of real quarterbacks that could extend plays and still make an accurate, precise throw. Buy themselves time, a little extra time to make plays. It used to be a handful of those guys, and everybody else was a statue. But now, everybody know how to buy time in the pocket. Everybody. So if you're not getting that pressure, if you're not collapsing that pocket in the middle, and you give a quarterback time to be able to step up in the pocket, buy himself a couple more seconds, that's 2 seconds too long for a quarterback that can buy himself a couple more seconds. That's too much time. So when he step up in that pocket, he need to be stepping right into an offensive lineman ass or a defensive lineman shoulder pads.
That's what Mike said. Braylon, is it Braylon Trice or Brandon? What was it?
I don't know. I just know it's Trice.
Trice specializes in pressure. And then, like I said, we haven't even seen him yet. So we still we still got people that, they still got to take the field.
Now, they did go see my boy in Ohio State workout, Jack Sawyer. So if Trice specializes in pressure, then Jack Sawyer is the damn Tom Cruise of damn pressure. He's a damn Mission Impossible specialist in pressure because Jack Sawyer got a motor that don't quit, boy. I mean, it don't quit.
Okay. Yeah, Sawyer. Okay. So
let him fall on us.
So my question is, would you pick him at 15?
No, he'll be there in a second.
Okay. Who would you pick at 15? Braylon. Okay, Braylon. I thought it was something like that. Who would you pick at 15?
At 15, if Derek Harmon is there, I'm taking him. If Kenneth Grant is there, but Derek Harmon isn't, I'm taking Kenneth Grant. Walter Nolan will probably be gone already. And if ain't none of them guys there, I'm trading back and getting more picks so I can get a few other guys that I really want to get in the third round, second round.
He said Mike Green at 15. He said bars. Mike Green at 15. Bars.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they got him. I think he's more nostalgia than anything. That's just me. If it wasn't for the video of him whooping somebody's ass in the damn All-American game, whatever game it was. If it wasn't for that, he still would have been a second round guy.
But they got to.
If it wasn't for that video,
they got to push that because they got to put that stuff out there to bring his draft stock up. So that's just perfect timing.
Yeah,
that's just perfect timing.
I wouldn't be mad if they got him. I wouldn't be mad because if he's showing signs of an impact guy, he did lead. He led the NCAA in sacks. He led the NCAA in pressures. He's an every down edge guy. So I don't mind it. I wouldn't mind it.
Big facts, Douglas. Michael is a smart man. I mean, an every down guy that you might not even have to use him every down.
Yeah, the city, they done embraced the dude before he even got here. That's true. He ain't even got here yet. They had embraced him.
So if he's there and Harmon's there, like you would take him over. He's like the number one guy over everybody in the draft as far as edge rush. He's the number one guy. Or is it like a Abdul Carter? Who is it? Who is it?
Abdul Carter's number one edge.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's Abdul Carter, then it's everybody else. That's how good he is.
Top five. Who we got?
Top 5 edge guys.
Let's go. Mm-hmm. That's the top 5 guys that's gonna provide us with what we need.
Oh, okay. Not necessarily edge, but guys.
Guys on the defense, like
okay.
Because you gotta think about we got 5 guys we need. Who are these 5 guys we picking?
I'm gonna name the top 5 defensive players on my list in this draft.
Yes, sir.
All right. Number 1 gonna be Abdul Carter. Number 2 is gonna be Derek Harmon. Number 3 is gonna be Walter Nolan. Number 4 is gonna be Kenneth Grant. Number 5 is gonna be Jalen Walker. They're my top 5 defensive guys in this draft.
Carter is 1. Green is someone who can actually be there at 15.
So if Mike Green is at 15, we picking Mike Green.
That's what Michael say.
By the track record of the Atlanta Falcons gonna pick someone that we ain't even talked about.
Yeah, they probably gonna go offense.
They bet not though.
I'm like, y'all ready for this wide receiver? Like I'm telling you.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you, this what we talked about last night. Remember all the time? Remember? We done signed 3 defensive backs. 3. The only thing we done on the offensive side of the ball is sign 2 tight ends
blocking
and sign Agnew, who really don't actually count as an offensive guy because he's a special teams guy more so than an offensive guy. So if this Justin Simmons rumor turn out to be for real, that he leaving the door open to come back to Atlanta and Atlanta keeping the door open to bring him back, ain't gonna be no Malachi Starter. I know Big Will somewhere listening right now saying, man, Blackberry gonna keep saying that shit. If if Malachi Starks is not gonna be a Falcon if they bring back Justin Simmons. Hell, I don't think he's gonna be a Falcon now that they done signed D Offer. But everything is pointing towards they gonna go offense, y'all.
This is what people don't. This is what people don't understand about us bringing back players that's been here.
Mm-hmm.
Is we're keeping a team together that's already played together, so there's no really adjustment period really necessary. We just have to coach them up whichever vision we have currently. But if they already played together, it's a win-win. And like you said, we've already picked up so much on free agency. I was thinking in my head, like, that's why I was like, hey man, y'all ready for this wide receiver? If they get like one of the best wide receivers out there in the game, just surefire our offense, because that's another thing too. This is another thing to look at. Even if the class that we have is stocked with so many defensive players, let's go and let's do the David Copperfield. When they think we're going this way, go over here and get like one of the best wideouts to solidify our offense. Because at the end of the day, red zone was a problem. Red zone was a problem. And then we already got Michael Penix, who effortlessly throws the ball like 60 yards, like it ain't nothing. Just think if we get somebody who just run up under and catch it. That's going to open up the intermediate routes up under that. Because if we send this guy on, they're going to be like, oh, we got to go get him. And then somebody like a Kyle Pitts, somebody like a Ray, somebody like a Bijan, Drake London, period. But it's like understanding that we got to surefire, even if our defense is good, but if our offense can't score, and we can't be dependent on our kicker. Like you said, if we got to go all in, go all in. I would honestly say, I said it, get ready for this wide receiver.
Yeah, it's going to be the best for business decision at the end of the day. Who's the best man? They feel like, oh shit, we at 15, we need to grab this person right here. It's going to be whatever they feel like is, because honestly, the people they have been picking, they have been, Bijan. Well, I can't say for Kyle Pitts, but that's another conversation. But
he's a wide receiver to them. He's a wide receiver.
So I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. I'm definitely. I figured the Falcons gonna do what they're gonna do. Everybody gonna be mad regardless of whatever they decide to do.
Last year, everybody was like, "Oh hell no! What are you get Penix for?"
Hey, if they go receiver, you can almost bet your bottom dollar that they gonna trade Kyle Pitts.
That's what I was thinking.
You can almost bet your ass they gonna do that, because first of all, they gonna need that $10 million that you gonna save by trading them. They gonna need that, and you're going
a little Mr. Kirk Cuzzo in there somewhere. He finna break. He about to break.
If they trade up in the first and they get a receiver, the fan base gonna flip their shit, because it's gonna be for McMillan. That's who it's going to be for, because after McMillan, the drop-off at receivers in this class is tremendous. He's by far the best receiver in his draft.
Jerome 69 said, why would we add an offensive player outside of our O-line? Tell me on our they just extended Jake Matthews. Bergeron
Did you not see what they did 2 years ago? Did you not see what they did last year? Did you not see what they did?
Yeah, he said make it make sense. So I'm gonna tell you right now, you got Nuzzle.
Exactly. They went straight offense.
Nuzzle. We got Bergeron, Matthews, McGarry, Lindstrom. Like, you got the offensive line has to work. I don't see us getting an old line unless it's like an undrafted person that's as a rotational piece.
Come on, Jerome, sit down, bro. You've been paying attention a lot better than that. I know you've been paying attention.
He said, that's why. He said the wide receiver room this time is trash. Garbage. Boo-boo. bro. Like if I told you, hey man, everybody can get these Jordans, and they said, but they got these one pair of Reeboks over here. There ain't nobody really. These are exclusive Reeboks, but you can get all these Jordans that everybody else got. Somebody's gonna look at the exclusivity of something rather than what everybody can get. If we have a defensive class that's stout, they're not gonna rush and get a defense. If they rush and get a defensive player, to me, it's gonna have to be a person that's a plug and play, and then their impact is definitely right when they get on the field.
Need an impact guy, absolutely.
Impact guy, because every other person on the D line is an impactful role playing guy, like an additional person, like a person like Fournette looked good with Aaron Donald. You know what I'm saying? Fox looked good with somebody else. Those type of people, AK-47, he looked good when there was a Grady on the other side. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They're role player guys. They're not people that's going out there and getting it done every time consistently with no issue. So I don't have a problem with Mike Green. I don't have a problem with Mike Green. But if our offense can't score, like you said, if we get a wide receiver, Kyle Pitts is gone, man. I don't see no reason to keep him. Unless he's going to be the focal point. Unless they're gonna make him a focal point too, because right now him blocking, he ain't with that. I think because they changed his role, he kind of got salty about it. But doing what's best for the team, my guy. Doing what's best for the team.
Now it is possible that Ray McCloud could get traded, because if you trade him, you say like $3.5 million, a little under that, I think. So it's possible that they could do a Ray McCloud trade. Only thing is, you're not going to get what you can get for Ray McCloud like you're going to get with Kyle Pitts. You can move up with a Kyle Pitts trade if you package him with some pick, with a couple picks.
Future picks, future.
Yeah, a couple future picks. You can move up with a Kyle Pitts trade. Ray ain't going to get you in the first. He ain't going to get you back in the first round.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle Pitts will get you. They'll get you in the late first round. I can give you that late first round, and probably another third or fourth. I can see that. So like if they did a package trade where they would get back into the first round, get Mike Green, and then turn around and get another person in the first round, another impactful player, like you don't want to go middle linebacker. Not middle linebacker, like second or third. So I go the best wide out. I go wide. I go offense in. I don't know, man. It's just, to me, I just feel like surefire our defense, man. I don't care what you do. Make sure you have one of them defenses and that's the funny thing about, you never know what might happen in a preseason, man. Because these guys be getting messed up. God forbid, I'm knock on wood.
They sure do.
They be getting messed up in OTAs.
That's why some of these guys, you might be questionable, but hey, they're familiar at the point where it's like, okay, at least we got somebody we ain't got to train up from the beginning and kind of fit in. And then how they basically did it, they just kind of alternated the positions. When somebody went down, you had somebody that was kind of and plug back in. So I don't get too upset about some of these signings. It's like, it's gonna make sense.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
But I think that's a fan favorite. Like Mike Green come here, you're gonna see all them green jerseys on. And you bring a Mike Green here, I'm gonna be honest with you. If he's already a fan, he's already, got the salute from the fans, people gonna forget about Grady. I hate to say it.
If you bring Mike Green, you better go defensive tackle for that 46 pick. You better get a Deion Walker, because you're gonna want to make sure that young boy don't fail. So you're gonna have to get an interior push. Deion Walker, ain't nobody moving, ain't nobody getting up in getting up through there with that big ass joker up in there. Nope. He gonna push that pocket too.
Second round, 46.
Second round. Yeah, I get it. He's projected to go to the third round, but because we don't have a third rounder, I just take him at 46 and just let the damn media talk their shit.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Anybody got any questions?
Hell no, that's too damn big. That is too big. That's sloppy doppy.
You stupid. 464 pounds.
All he gotta do is fall on folk. That's all he gotta do. Get there hopefully in time.
Yeah, but when he fall, he ain't gonna get his ass back up.
What's his name? Storm Norton. I just, like I said, man, like which wideout you said was like the best? You said the wideout, like the wideout.
McMillan. What'd you say?
What team he play on?
Arizona. He'll red zone threat. He basically Drake London.
Oh yeah, I said. I mean, he came up really quick. That was it. Titaro.
Oh, that's why I didn't try. That's why I ain't even try to say that first name. I ain't even try.
Titaro.
Arturio. I don't know.
McMillan. Okay.
Yeah, McMillan.
Okay. Well, what you think he'll be there in 46?
Who, McMillan?
Mm-hmm.
Heck no. Nah, that boy going top 10. He'll be going. The lowest he might fall is 12.
Ghost Peppers, hadn't he?
He could fall to 12.
Yeah, I just feel like we need to solidify our red zone. Red zone and pressure.
I'm gonna be real with you. If you keep Kyle Pitts, Drake London and Kyle Pitts are your red zone threats, along with Felipe Franks, along with the tight end from Houston. He basically Kyle Pitts, just an inch shorter, and he didn't run a 4.4. He ran like a 4.5 something. So not quite as fast.
Do you think they bringing in tight ends to load up the fact that they finna get rid of Kyle Pitts because of if I can get a guy that can get your
possible.
Because if you think about it, the same way they did with Grady, if you giving me this, and I can get other people that's probably not at start caliber can give me the same numbers.
Yeah,
because the
boy from Houston was basically he was on pace to go on a tear in his rookie year, but he got hurt, and then the following year. In Stroud's second season, he got washed out because he got lost in the fold because they went and spent all that money on receivers and on the backfield. So he got lost in the fold.
So that's how you got to look at it too. So look at it like, hey, Kyle Pitts, you gave us every game, you gave us 3 catches, no more than 50 yards. I can get that from somebody else. And instead of
like 5 touchdowns.
Each game, this man had 2 catches, and he would get this. You won't even see him no more, bro.
It's true.
He had two good catches. I ain't gonna lie now. They be good ones.
Yeah.
One's much needed.
Yeah.
And then after that, you don't even see him no more.
Yeah. And I know some people say, well, he the clear out guy. Well, funny thing is about film. If defenses catch on to who you trying to use as a clear route, they're going to take it away. They're going to take away that clear out option. Tight ends are used as that anyway. Up the seams, doing them deep posts. They might even throw a post corner in there up the middle, from the middle of the field from a tight end just to do that clear, get that clear out. But if you're telling me that your fourth overall, because what we picked him at 4, he was the 4th overall pick when we picked him. We was at 4, right?
Yes, sir.
If you telling me your 4th overall pick in the draft is supposed to be a clear out guy, and that's all you want him to be,
you're not utilizing him.
That's delusional.
Underutilized.
You need for his mindset to get better, and so it matches ability, so he can be a straight up dog out there. And you need the guy that's throwing him the ball to be the same. And then, hey, he gonna be dangerous.
I honestly think that once he got hurt and once his role changed, we lost him mentally.
Yeah.
Because you notice when we first got him, he was the face, everything. He was turning all the flashing, everything pits. He's doing all this and all that. And guess who's doing that now? We putting Bijan Mustard on everything now.
They put that shit on everything.
We put that on everything now. And he ain't the focus no more. And I think he came back from that injury, and he ain't accepting of that new blocking role that they gave him.
Yeah, agreed.
He wants to be the ball one catching the balls, pause that, and running down the field, not really doing the routes. He was doing wide receiver routes for a good little minute. He loved that. When Matt Ryan had nobody but him, he relished in that.
You know, it's something I've been meaning to say, but for some reason I don't never say it.
Go ahead.
I'm saying it right now. Either Kyle Pitts or Tyler Algier will not be an Atlanta Falcon next year. One or the two.
I can tell you right now. I mean, Michael said something about it. If they brought back Jonnu Smith, it's gonna be Kyle Pitts. I just think because I'm telling you, this is what probably solidified his exit, giving up on routes. Lackadaisical. They probably looked at it like he don't really want to be here,
or just that his mindset just needs to be better.
And then he's saying something in the media like, "I'm just here to do my job," and it's like, "Whoa, my guy." Yeah, man.
We kind of need you to do a little bit more than that. Being the 4th overall pick.
Yeah, because it ain't about you being buddy with Penix or anything like that, or y'all going out and hanging out together. That means nothing. Absolutely
don't mean a goddamn thing. Don't mean shit. If Raheem, one thing them coaches gonna do once they got the whole coaching room solidified, everybody on the contract, they gonna get together. They gonna sit down. They gonna do film over last season. And it ain't gonna matter what none of the media said. It ain't gonna matter what Michael Penix say. It ain't gonna matter what Pitt say. It ain't gonna matter what content creators say.
It matter
when
what
they
our
look at that film, that purse. If they look at that film and they say, "Do we really want to do? If we can save the $10 million and load up on this defense in this draft, do I really miss this guy taking it?" Coming out this break so lackadaisical like that. Look how he come out this break. Ball goes sailing right by him. Look how he came out this break. Ball went sailing over his head. Look how he tried to catch this ball. Fumbled it right into the damn defender hands. He had drop balls in the end zone. Listen, people can say whatever the fuck they want to say, man. He the one messed up. He gotta take accountability for his part in why he did not excel. He got to take his part in that. We got to start making excuses for guys just because, I don't know, maybe some people just don't like villain people being villainized. They feel like they got to protect them. So a lot of that come from some of us when we was younger. We was picked on or something. So we feel like we got to be a hero to some guys or to people. Listen, man, He got criticized. It's his fault he got criticized and nobody but his. And Kirk Cousins, because he was open sometimes and Kirk Cousins didn't throw it to him. But he did that though.
But you already know why, because our fan base, we hold on to players like they family and swell up and down. He's not going anywhere. He's gonna be here retiring like Grady Jarrett. Nobody's seen it coming, but it had to be done at the end of the day.
It had to get done. It was necessary.
It was necessary.
When I looked at them numbers, I was just like, dang, I thought dude was doing better than this. Now I was like, man, that kind of makes sense. Like, I'm not going to pay you like $16 million and you still giving me something somebody else can do that's probably relishing in the opportunity. Or multiple people can give me your numbers. It was just like, you got to go.
But I still think it might be Tyler Algier. Because if you don't trade Tyler Algier and get something for him now, that means you offering him a contract when he finished this fourth year. You ain't gonna let him go off to somebody else and then get nothing for him. You ain't finna do that. This is last year. So either you trade him or you pay him. Which one it gonna be? You ain't gonna do neither one of them. You gonna do one of the two.
I would
Michael Penix
package him up.
Oh, ain't think about it. Well, I thought about it, but I just had to include it. Now, Michael Penix he playing on the 5th year option. He playing on his 5th. So you're gonna have to pay him even more money than you would have had to pay him if you would have gave him an extension last year. So which one is gonna be? Kyle Pitts or Tyler Algier? They're gonna be one of the two. It can't be both. Who's gone? Who's staying?
Kyle Pitts is gone, bro. I just feel like it's gonna be him because that lackadaisical just running like he don't even just coming out the break like you really don't care. I'm just here to do my job. They want me to block. I mean, whatever. It's like it's whatever. They're gonna be like he don't want to be here. So they're gonna see what team want him, and if we can package him into some later picks and get back into the first round, shoot, I ain't mad about that either. Who in the first round? Who you think we can talk to that will probably relish at the opportunity of having a Kyle Pitts on 18 to get back into the first round? Like we picking at 15, we picking in the middle of the pack basically.
Buffalo.
What pick they have?
30.
Okay. They do need some help out there with their receiving core because Allen lost a lot. And he can be like I think Kyle Pitts is like one of those people that you got to make him the focal point of your offense.
Right.
And I think Buffalo. Okay. I can see that. So when we get 30, who will we pick up at that 30? We get 15 and 30. Who will we pick at 30? Will we get another edge rush or will we go offense? We get a middle linebacker? Not a linebacker.
You talking about in a second?
No. So saying if you give up Kyle Pitts, give us some later picks. Future picks, not anything in this drive. And you get back in the 30. So you got 15 and 30. Mm-hmm. Who you picking at 50? You still staying at Mike Green? 15?
Well, I've done this mock draft a few times where I didn't make a trade up. I did trade back a couple times. I traded back twice, but I stayed in the first each trade. So I traded back with Denver, got their 20, and got a few picks off of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I traded Kyle Pitts to Buffalo and got their 30 and some more picks off of them.
Okay.
So what I would do is at 20, I would get a defensive tackle that's there that I like, like the Harmons, Grants, Nolan, but he'll probably be gone. And at 30, I would At 30, I would see if Jalen Walker or Malachi Starks is still there. If one of them is still there, I'm getting one of them.
Okay.
But the Malachi Starks, no, I don't know because we done signed too many DBs.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
I would still do it.
So would you trade back to receive more picks in the second or the third round to get into the third round?
To get into the third, if I can get that 85th pick from Denver, I can get my center and I can get that boy out of Georgia. I can get Wilson.
They said Kansas City, Buffalo, and Philly all need they will love a Kyle Pitts. I know Philly will love a Kyle Pitts because ain't Kyle from Philly?
I don't know where he from. I thought he was from Florida.
No, that's where he played at. I think Kyle Pitts is from Philly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wouldn't want to send them to Philly though and make them even better.
Hell no.
I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that now. and then your boy Blackberry got to eat crow every time there's some big play because he'd be tearing the damn field up.
Yeah, he from Philly,
but he from Philly?
He from Philadelphia.
Shit. Yeah, hell no. If I'm Terry Fondo, every time I see a damn area code from Pennsylvania come on the damn line, I'm ignoring it. Ignore. But Kansas City do want him, and Buffalo do want him.
So where does Kansas City pick in first round? I know they like 32.
31st.
31st? Nah. Nah, I think Buffalo sound. I mean,
you might be able to get somebody. You might be able to get Travis Kelce. Maybe you might be able to get Travis Kelce in that deal.
I would get a Travis Kelce if, like you said, if we going all in and trying to win a Super Bowl. Hell yeah! Oh yeah, definitely, absolutely.
Yeah, the writing's on that wall over there anyway. As far as it's been hush hush about Kelce. So
it has. A lot of people think because he got that contract a year ago that means something. That don't mean shit.
Mm-mm.
He ain't. With everything that transpired in that Super Bowl, they thinking about getting younger.
Yep.
And they thinking about the future. Travis Kelce ain't younger and he ain't the future.
Right. What's going on with Brock Bowers?
Oh hell. He gonna be a Raider for he gonna be a Raider forever. if the Raiders part ways with Brock Bowers at any time in his career, they stupid. He the best thing that happened to them. He the best thing that happened to them since Tim Brown.
Since Randy Moss on the decline.
They'll be crazy as hell to let that dude slip through their fingers. I don't care what you got to do. If you got to make him your focal point and build around him, a lot of people gonna call you crazy for building around a tight end. But shit, I say y'all kiss my ass. This dude is a generational talent.
Ain't that what they said about the unicorn? Ain't that what they said about the unicorn?
I guess that's what you call a unicorn. Generational talent.
Johnson said, why not, stay at 15 and get undrafted? I said that too. I said, like, if we're gonna go all in on defense with our 5 picks and then just fill the holes with people that gonna have a little grit about them, that fit the scheme.
That's what you call running it back. Yeah, that's what you call running it back. And honestly, that's probably what they're most likely to do.
Yeah,
They're most likely to make no trades and to just stay with the picks they got. Use the undrafted pool to fill needs for for roster spots and run it back with most of what you had last year. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if they do bring back Justin Simmons. They already brought back D. Alford. They re-signed Mike Hughes. Everybody thought those were guys that was on the way out. We thought D. Alford, Mike Hughes, and Justin Simmons was going to be on their way out.
I don't even know why D. Alford will be out.
Well, he already out. Well, he was out, and then they re-signed him.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know why they would why wouldn't they bring him back though?
Right now, well, a lot of the fan base, I talked to, you know what? If go watch my show from yesterday. Watch. Let's Be Clear on my channel. The home team with Blackberry. That's Blackberry, no C, just a K. I talked about it in depth. It's the fan base. They got so they were so quick to to try to bury the guy after that Minnesota game. You forget about the rest of his career here in Atlanta when he showed out. He showed his ass.
Running balls back.
He had a couple bad games.
Everybody do. Everybody do. I just didn't say
everybody do for a bad game or two at some point, man.
You think about it like this. When teams play against you, they're scouting to see what works against your team. So everybody's not going to be like so dominant to a point that everything that they do is just going to work. They have defenses to stop certain offenses to stop certain defenses. That's what the name of the
Especially
game.
they figure out your offense, defense, right away. We're predictable. It's like, we already know what they're going to run right now. And they get just like the quick adjustments. Boom.
Yeah. That's why you got those defensive leaders that can, hey, we see that he's moving over here.
Mm-hmm.
They got microphones and in their headphones so they can hear the play, so they can hear stuff saying, hey, we see that they doing this. It's strategically you making decisions on the fly and making those adjustments, like you mentioned. But people don't think they just say, I'm gonna just drop back, run to the pole, turn around and get open. And that's all they're doing. I'm just hand you the ball and run down there to the field. That's not how it works. Some people ain't never played football. That's another thing too. A lot of people ain't really played no football, man. Organized football, there's a lot that goes into it. But man, we've been in this thing for like 2 hours. Y'all, dang, boy, y'all got me here for 2 hours. How that happen?
Chop.
People like early football talk.
Hey, I see.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing. Yeah.
My little lunch break coming up.
I might not even do a show tonight. I might just do a rerun of your show.
It might work out. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we got, like, I heard that a lot of people was murdering, Raheem, and I was just like, bro, improved us by one game. I didn't see no reason to get rid of this guy. We should be here in the hot seat for any reason. When now if he gave us an 8 and 9 season this year coming up, then I'm gonna be like, hey man, what you
that time to be on his time to be at his neck like a bow tie.
Yeah, that's time to be like, hey man, what you doing? And then I don't honestly mind whatever they draft as long as it improves our team. And then as you see, as we've been seeing, they have already been filling fill a need. They've already been filling certain spots. So whatever direction they're gonna go, which I believe y'all finna get ready to see an offensive player get picked. I don't think if Mike Green is there at 15, they're gonna take Mike Green. I believe that. I believe that. At 40,
I don't believe that they believe he's the best. He's gonna be the best defensive option if he is there. If he's there and Kenneth Grant, Derek Harmon, Walter Nolan, Jalen Walker, Malachi Starks, Pierce, if any of the, or hell, Michael Williams, if any of those guys are there, I think that the Falcons believe those guys are better than him. I just see this shit with him nostalgia, bro. I ain't taking nothing from him. But if he want to whoop the old boy ass in that damn game and everybody seeing it on film and it went viral, he wouldn't have moved up the way he did. That's just what I feel. That's what I think.
So, okay, take him off the board. Who you picking? Like, if it ain't him, you know it ain't Dual Carter. It ain't Carter. It ain't him. Who you picking?
Yeah, we know it ain't gonna be him. I'm picking Derek Harmer. Derek Harmer got slap a whole tendencies.
And that's what we need.
That's what we need. We need big, a big, strong as an ox guy who can slap a 300 pound offensive tackle. I'm talking about he just disrespectful about it. He gonna lift up a 300-pound man and he gonna push him back into the quarterback lap. This dude will slap. He was slapping dudes out his way. You ain't seen that since Reggie White. That's otherworldly strength. When you can just swim and slap or some bitch out your way. 300-pound grown ass man, you just slapped them out your way. That's Reggie White type shit, bro. You ain't seen power like that since Van Wilford. That's what I want in the mid. That's the kind of shit I want in the middle. In the middle. I want that kind of shit right there. In the middle. That's what I want.
He said, I need some sinners on this team. Disrespectful. Okay.
Now, if you get Mike Green, you get a center.
I'm about to say that. I'm like, don't he got no allegations? My guy.
I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. My name's Mike Green. My name's Mike Green.
Don't kill my vibe. Get out of my way. That's it. Fuck out my face.
Fuck out my face, ho.
Hey, oh my goodness.
We apologize to Mike Green's family. Oh boy.
Hey man. Okay. Maybe that's why they came out with that video, because that other situation, outfield situation, was messing his stock up. So they was like, let's delete.
Yeah, they knew it was coming up. Yeah, I think it was a blessing in disguise for him that offensive tackle had a rock in his cleat. And he tripped over his feet, and it looked like he just straight destroyed his ass.
Oh man! All right, so we can get up out of here. This guy, go ahead. Maggie Fontenot, you want to give your salute to everybody?
Nah, we gotta say the best for last. We gotta say the best. We gotta say Maggie for last. That's the best.
Okay, well, Blackberry, can you please?
Yeah. Yes. So tonight, tune in to the Rex Pit, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel. The home team with Blackberry. That's Blackberry, no C, just the K. I don't know what we're gonna talk about yet. We probably just gonna talk some shit. I might let the fans come on or something. But y'all tune in tonight for the Rex Pit. Oh, I know we're gonna talk about some controversial shit. I know we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about trading scenarios on draft night. That's what we're gonna talk about. I'm finna make some folks mad. Ooh, y'all gonna be mad at your boy. Tune in tonight for the respite, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And stay tuned for the relaunching of the website. I'm rebranding it, the whole thing. Everything is not just BlackBerry. I'm like Prince now. I'm a symbol.
You just a symbol.
I'm just a symbol now. So everything just BlackBerry, and HomeTeamFits.com will be BlackBerry brand. Home Team Fits brought to you by BlackBerry brand. Stay tuned for the relaunching of that. Gonna have, new merchandise, all that good stuff for y'all to be able to go on there and choose from, represent for your home team. Shout out to Coach Unchained for reaching that 500 mark before the draft night. He gonna be able to get to the money, and now, as the young folks like to say, on draft night. So say your little ducats up over the next couple of weeks so you can show your boy Coach Unchained some love with some super chats and some super stickers, all that good stuff on draft night, man, because y'all know Coach do it big for you. So shout out to him. I want to say shout out to Maggie T for holding it down for AFN and Ty. Hey, man, I like this. I like this morning shit.
Yeah.
I like this.
One bad.
I like it. I'm here for it. Because hell, I've been up all night and through the morning. By the time I'm done talking shit with y'all, I'm ready to go night in the daytime. So appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for having me.
All good, man. And you already know who I am. I am the Lochness from the Lochness Podcast. Follow me, subscribe, do your thing, thumb up, notifications, all that. Send a comment in there, share it. Anything AFN, man. We always try to do it big. We got a collective. We got the Avengers assembled. You know what I'm talking about? We do have our Avengers assembled. But like I said, if you haven't subscribed to me, go to my channel, hit that sub. Like you said, hey, shout out to Mr. 500. We call him Mr. 500.
Mr. 500.
Mr. 500. Maggie. Fun, no. I got some. Maggie, dang, she just left us.
She blipped. She blipped.
She got a finger snap. There she go. That's finger snap the back. Dang.
I was trying to type my email, but then I couldn't get my mouse to come off. So you already know me, Miss Maggie T, First Lady of AFN, and our show is Tuesday night, the Lady Birds of AFN. And I've been putting it out there. We've been wanting to have some of y'all to come on as guests. So all our content creators, journalists, what have you, if you just want to talk some Falcon football, hit us up. Definitely. We're looking for some more guests to join. I know sometimes we have fan appreciation, but if you're trying to get your brand out there, get yourself out there. I know a lot of people have been inspired to do podcasts. Come on and see what we talking about and join us. So I'm gonna put that in the chat for y'all to email me. If you want to join any show, it doesn't have to just be Lady Birds of AFN. Just say, hey, Maggie, I want to get on the Rex Pit. I want to get on the Regulators. I want to be on Ty show. And I think I like this early concept because my position, I work at home and it be kind of slow. So I be looking for stuff to do. That's why I be advertising. And if anybody want to do some early shows, I like it. Put some red and black in the chat if y'all like a little earlier daytime shows on AFN. I think I like it.
Yeah, I like that. It's not bad.
I like it a lot.
And then I'll be debuting my new show. I'm waiting on my laptop to come on back. As y'all remember, Champagne Confessions is coming back, but it's going to be solo dolo this time. Sometimes you just got to work for your goddamn self. So that will be launching back very soon. I think I'm pushing for May. So I'm going to keep y'all posted on that as well. That's all I got.
All right. Well, yeah, like I say, appreciate everybody for stopping by, commenting, chilling with the fam. Until next time, like I say, Blackberry got a show tonight. Who else got shows tonight? Anybody else got shows tonight? Thursday, Thunderbird Thursday?
I think K Styles has something. I think. Then again, I don't know. I can't keep up with these shows. I tell you. It's too many of them. Too many. I know Blackberry.
Smart. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna Probably started trying to do this early morning thing. Like I said, it wasn't bad. I just realized, man, I got in here like 10:05, but it's like 12:35. Jeez. Y'all got me, man. Y'all got me. Who told me to come on today? Who did this? Y'all tricked me, man. I was just trying to do 30 minutes, man. That's all I'm trying to do.
You got to think about it though. Honestly, we have. I'm gonna send it in the chat. We have an international following too.
Okay.
And their time zone, like right now, we 12 o'clock. They close to their evening time. So this is prime time for them technically. So there's a lot of people that catch us, or California. It's a lot of not California. Whoever's earlier than us. My bad. But it's a lot of places where it's like, hey man, I get to catch y'all live right now. It'd be too late for them when we come on at night.
Okay. I'll look into it and I'll look into it. Put it in the chat. I'd like to see it.
Okay, I will.
The military crew, the military crowd that's overseas.
Yep.
All right. But hey, like I said, appreciate everybody for stopping by. We're gonna about to end this. And hey, until next time, go ahead. Like I say, pull up on anybody that's coming on. They shows today. We out. Red and black.